Recording started.
Yeah, so same deal as in trucking. You know how sometimes you sit in one area and all you get is some cheap loads or no loads at all, and then you see a cheap load, but it goes into the good area where your chances of getting a great load are much better. So same story here. So I've been sitting here at this district shopping center or plaza. Did 2 short deliveries.
Turn left onto Country Hills Boulevard Northeast.
Left. Turn left. So I did 2 short deliveries.
Head south on 14th Street Northeast.
One to the hotel.
Turn left toward 14th Street Northeast. Then turn
one to the hotel, and then another one to a business nearby. Yeah, the hotel was okay, but it was 5 kilometers. I think it paid like $10, but then it's on the other side of Highway 2. And there's no restaurants there, so you have to drive back the same 5 kilometers. So, but yeah, like with this, so, and then I did another one, which was like 1.5 kilometers, 1 mile, but it paid $8. Again, of course, all currency is Canadian. But then, of course, I had to drive back the same 1.5 kilometers back here to this plaza. But still, $8 for 3 kilometers total is not too bad. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying not to kill my car and only take orders, you know, hopefully at least like $2 per each kilometer of total kilometers, empty and loaded. And so it was not very busy, so I took this one. It's 3.5 kilometers, so 2 miles, and it pays $4 brackets, including anticipated tip. And the guy where I picked it up, it's Afghan food place. I know them because I often go there myself, and I know that they're expensive. And I told him how much tip I'm getting, and he says, I said, out of curiosity, could you tell me how much they spent? What was the cost of the food? And he says $30. So they said they spent $30, but there's probably no tip, because when it's like $4, that's just base pay. Or best case scenario, it's like $1 tip. So it should be, you know, $30, right? So typical 15% should be $5 in tips. So this should pay like $9–10. So basically, this business is all about tips. So you don't wanna piss off customers, because that's your biggest stream of revenue. And we continue to have super warm weather. Right now it's +6 Celsius, 279 Kelvin, or I'm guessing 40 degrees F. So pretty warm, as you can see. All the snow melted from the pavement. But so today, when I delivered one order to that hotel, so a guy in a truck, in a big Ford pickup truck, had issue. He got stuck in the parking lot. You know, like with this Jeep, touch wood, I can go into any kind of snow and I never get stuck. Like actually, once it happened, I pushed gas, I'm in deep snow, and the Jeep does not move, and then I realized that my parking brake, for some reason, sometimes it comes on. You know, when you shut down the car, I'm guessing if you don't, I think it comes on when you don't lock your doors. You know, let's say I shut down the engine and the place where I'm dropping off is just like, you know, 2 meters away, so I don't lock the doors. And sometimes I think that's what happens. You come back, and if you don't pay attention, your parking brake is on. Okay, so we're turning right somewhere here. And I had a funny encounter yesterday. At the end of the day, I did one alcohol delivery. For some reason, I always like doing those because you don't have to worry about your thermal bag. It's not gonna get cold or hot. And so I go to that liquor store in eastern side of Calgary, and somebody ordered a 6-pack of fancy German beer, like expensive beer, but like small bottles, like 6 bottles in a paper case. And I go there, and this customer starts texting me. Like every 5 minutes I get a text. It's building 80. The buzzer code, and then next message in 5 minutes. The buzzer code is the same as the apartment number. And then when I was already parking at the building, I got message number 3 or message number 4. It said elevator is available, and I'm like, holy moly. How thirsty is this guy, because I look at the name, I could not tell if it's a female or a male. And then I buzz in, I go to the 4th floor, find the apartment, and it's a young woman who looks very shy, doesn't look like an alcoholic, and she opens the door and she speaks in a whisper. I think probably she has a baby sleeping, and she already has her driver's license in her hand. So I take a picture, verify that she doesn't look drunk, give her the beer. And on the way back, when I was driving back home, I was thinking, what's the story with this? Like, if she has a baby, I'm guessing she couldn't leave. Maybe she had some friends coming, but then why wouldn't you ask your friends to bring some booze? Anyway, sometimes you meet some interesting characters. I see how deep the snow is here. I don't know how these guys in small cars are driving here. It was something like this in front of the hotel where the guy in the pickup truck got stuck. But then eventually he was, doing back and forth.
Your destination is on the left.
And he finally made it.
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my door.
Well, I'm gonna ignore all the instructions because I'm not getting any tip. So we're gonna ring the bell, hit the door. Okay, where's my number? Oh, there you go. All right, I'll be right back. Need to go and drop this off cheap order, but at least now I'm in a good area.
Recording started.
And as soon as I dropped,
Head west on Coventry Road Northeast.
as soon as I dropped off, I got another.
In 150 meters, turn right onto Coventry Way Northeast.
I got another offer from DoorDash, where the pickup is at the same location where I picked up this one. But it goes into a nice area.
Turn right onto Coventry Way Northeast.
Into a nice area in Northwest. And it pays okay, so I'm gonna take that one. And by the way, when I dropped off that $30 order,
In 300 meters, turn left onto Coventry Hills Boulevard Northeast.
I could see the summary of the charges, and it says base pay $4, tip 0, and the guy spent $30 on the food. And that's how I know, whenever the order
Turn
is,
left onto Coventry Hills Boulevard Northeast.
whenever the order, sorry about that, whenever the order is less than $8, it means there's no tip. Like usually it'll say 4 or 4.25. Yeah, usually it starts with a 4. If it's $4 or something, there's no tip. So you can just safely refuse it. And then of course your acceptance rate goes down by like 1%. But now my acceptance rate is around 80%, so I only have to stay above 70. So I can refuse the next 10 loads or offers, and my acceptance rate will still be above 70. Because I just did this stupid one, right? So now I'm probably at like 83. Now look at this. Sunny, warm, beautiful. The only problem with driving in this weather is that you have to have a lot of windshield wash in reserve. I think I have a can inside. I think I still have like probably 200-300 ml. And today I'm drinking bubbly. A friend of mine recommended this. It has 0 calories, 0 everything. Like 0 carbs, 0 protein, 0 sugar. Everything is 0. But it still tastes like, it's sparkling water. You guys probably know bubbly. And I choose blackberry bubbly. Blackberry flavor. It comes like a pack of 12 355 ml cans. But it tastes really good, especially since I kept it in my trunk overnight. And it got really cold. I was afraid it would freeze, but no. It was probably like -1, -2 Celsius overnight, so it just got cold. But very pleasant to drink, Almost feels like beer, except there's 0 everything. Yeah, I filled up my gas tank today. The price was $1.25 per liter in Canadian funds. But I am getting some 2 cents and some 4 cents because now I use Calgary Co-op. So I'm getting some discounts. We'll go this way. There's another road here that takes you around. Like the shopping center is to my left on the top of the hill. There's a secret entry here that I saw people use, but I never use it myself, so we're gonna try it now. this one. Because my pickup is at that Kinjo restaurant. So you see, now I know all these back secret exits and entrances. Yeah, that's straight ahead. Kinjo, that big building. That's where I'm picking up. Okay, I'll be right back.
Recording started.
Yeah, my order was already prepared, so I'm not waiting this time. And now we're just driving 10 clicks, 6 miles to northwest Calgary. At least this one has a tip, I can tell. Now here, it's very easy to get a ticket, because see, everybody goes straight and then turns left, and there's a sign on the left says a right turn only. And sometimes you have cops in there sitting. Like the other day, I saw a guy in a pickup truck, like no markings, nothing, doesn't say police, but the guy behind the wheel was wearing police uniform, and he had 2 cars already stopped. And I'll just show you where he was sitting. So if you ever come to this area, don't make the mistake of assuming that if you don't see any police cars, that it's safe to but you see that this pickup truck ahead of me? Of course it's going like that. It's not gonna turn right like I did. And so on the right, where's that truck is sitting, that's where the guy was sitting, in a plain pickup truck, no signs, no antennas, nothing. And he was sitting there looking at his mirror, and as soon as he saw people turning left from that driveway, he stopped them, and I think it's like either $200 or $150 ticket. But worse, it gives you demerit points, you know. And I think I got some demerit points because of that illegal U-turn I accomplished in front of the peace officer, who was not very impressed. And the son of a gun showed up at the court, which I never expected, right? Because everybody says, yeah, these guys, they never show up at the court, so just tell them, plead not guilty and request a court hearing. And of course I lost. So yeah, we're going back the same way I came here, with that cheap order. Oh, danger on the right, driving school, student driver. And they always teach you, rarely do they have a sleeper truck. Most of the time they have a very short wheelbase truck. Actually, wait a second, this one does have a sleeper. Okay, let's see, how big is the sleeper? Yeah, okay, yeah, I see, it's like 36 inches or 48 inches, because they're going for, you know, cheap trucks. But also when you learn like this, then you get into a real truck, you know, with a big sleeper. It makes things very different, right? When you do, you know, turns and backing. But these guys are making a killing. I see these driving school trucks everywhere. And imagine, average program for a newbie costs $10,000. Now if I go, I'd have to pay $4,000 because I have experience. But honestly, I don't want to do that. I think I've done my share of trekking. Now I just want to enjoy my leather seats, automatic transmission, and a small Jeep. And just like many other cities, Calgary has a bunch of these, you know, manhole covers, and they're always lower than the pavement. So if you hit one, it's not a pleasant experience. I often come to this area. This is Canadian Tire, Home Depot here. So you can buy supplies for your home. There's a bunch of restaurants here on the right. That student driver is following me. I think he likes my Jeep. Now, one feature that's annoying on this vehicle is the automatic stop, you know, engine stop. I found that when it was really cold, you know, like minus 30, minus 36 Celsius, it did not do that. But when the temperature got back to, you know, moderate numbers, it started stopping, and there's no way to disable it in the menu. You have to do it manually each time you start the Jeep. There's a button on the dash. Then you click that and it shows off, but there's nothing you can do in terms of a permanent solution, so that's very annoying. And one other feature I don't like is I'm not sure what's going on. I've been, you know, this is my when I had the Challenger 392, then Charger, then this, and I had a Dodge van long time before. So I had lots of Chrysler vehicles, but this one is the worst one in terms of fob battery life. I already changed the battery twice because then, you know, when it gets low, it's no longer let you lock the doors, and then you cannot start the engine. And lucky for me, I was carrying a spare in a Faraday pouch, and so I just replaced the key and started using my number 2. But like my number 1 key is now basically bad. I have to buy a battery and replace it. And when I went for an oil change, I told him about this, and the guy says he checked the, like right near my head. That's where all these wires are for infrared, and you know that's where your fob is gets its power. And they're saying if the cables over there are a bit loose, they can discharge the battery quicker. Okay, so he tightened that, and 2 months later that fob number 1 stopped working. So I don't know, those are like 2 issues that are going on with this Jeep. so now we're gonna be crossing over the ring road 201 bypass around Calgary. So this is a very good area. Lots of restaurants, people are wealthy, so tips should be better. And I'm 2 clicks away from my destination. Yeah, by the way, that module I was thinking of purchasing for $99 that plugs in into your port and allegedly gives you 60 horsepower. You guys were right. I did more research and everybody says it's a scam. That module does nothing. That's why it's like 99 bucks US. But if you Google that name of that company and the product name, there's all very bad reviews, you know. Didn't feel any improvement, just wasted money. But then there is another one actually that seems legit. This one is from Texas, and this one cost $599 US. And they say up to 20% horsepower. Now that's more realistic. Like my Jeep has 200 horsepower, so basically they're saying 40 horsepower, but you have to pay pretty much $600 US to get it, and the installation.
In 400 meters, turn right onto Sage Meadows Circle Northwest.
Yeah, they show the installation on YouTube. It's basically you have to connect a bunch of cables to all these different sensors, you know, like fuel ratio and oxygen and stuff
turn
like that.
Turn right onto Sage Meadows Circle Northwest, then turn left to stay on Sage Meadows Circle Northwest. Turn left to stay on Sage Meadows Circle Northwest, then turn left onto Sage Meadows Gardens Northwest.
These are all semi-detached houses, I think. No, on the right these are detached houses. On the left these are townhouses.
Turn left onto Sage Meadows Gardens Northwest, then turn right to stay on Sage Meadows Gardens Northwest. Turn right to stay on Sage Meadows Gardens Northwest, then you will arrive at your destination.
Oh, wow, speed limit 15 kilometers an hour. Okay, what's my number here?
You have arrived.
Oh, really?
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my door.
I think it's the next building. This one only has 1400. Okay, so I'm gonna park in this. Visit the parking and go look for our customer. All right, be right back.
Recording started.
Picked up a second order for the same customer. This never happened before, whereas there's one customer but two pickups. You know, interesting.
Turn right onto Simons Valley Parkway Northwest.
Oh, and one more feature that I don't like. Like, I keep saying it's my favorite Jeep. It's my first Jeep. I never had a Jeep before.
Continue on Simons Valley Parkway Northwest for 1.5 kilometers.
But I keep telling you guys about the things I don't like. But you know, it's like your wife or girlfriend, right? There's things you like, there's things you don't like. So, like I was saying, you cannot disable automatic start. That's number one. What was number two? I forgot. And number three now is the stupid display where you control your radio just goes crazy. Just now I start the car, the display comes on, but no music plays. Or actually I was listening to news. You know, like I try adjusting the volume, nothing. Basically, even though the screen is on, but it's not working properly. So I turn it off and then try to turn it back on. It would not turn back on. But now when I stopped and I restarted the engine, boom, the display is on. And I killed the volume because I don't want to record copyrighted material. But just picked up a jug of windshield wash because I know that I'm gonna run out quite quickly here.
In 500 meters, turn right onto 14th Street Northwest.
But this one is a good order, you know. Pays 16 bucks, and total distance.
Turn right onto 14th Street Northwest.
I think total distance is 10 clicks, but two pickups, but one drop off.
Continue on 14th Street Northwest for 1 kilometer.
Oh, I have my own lane here. Which I think ends. Yeah, I gotta go here. And we're turning somewhere in 800 meters. Oh, it takes me back over the 201. That guy braked really hard. He was flying. That white Lexus.
In 300 meters, continue straight onto 14th Street Northwest South.
Oh, somebody wants to hire me for photography.
Continue straight onto 14th Street Northwest South.
That's always a welcome change from driving. So some lady has a nail salon and she wants me to do
In
take
400 meters, turn right onto Panatella Boulevard Northwest.
a few short clips and then combine them in the video. And she sent me a example, like somebody did it for her. Actually, that one looked pretty good. It was all like
turn right onto Panatella Boulevard Northwest.
Camera moving, you know, somebody was basically using a stabilizer because it looks very smooth, and the camera constantly moves, you know, like they're showing the girls inside the salon, you know, the workers.
In 200 meters, turn right onto Panora Square.
So it was a high quality video. But I'm pretty sure I can do it. So I sold my 50mm lens because I was not using it that much, and it's a pretty expensive, you know, prime. So I got $500 for it, which helped. So now I only have 3 lenses. I have 26mm f2.8, and they're all Z or Z lenses, so high quality lenses. And then I got 24-70 f4 Nikon Z, and then I have 105, like a portrait slash.
Turn right onto Panora Square, then turn right onto Panora Way Northwest.
Portrait slash macro lens. So that's it. So 26mm, 24-70 f4.
Turn right onto Panora Way Northwest, then your destination will be on the left.
And the 105. You know, once I got that 26 and especially 24-70, I was not using.
Your destination is on the left.
I was not.
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions: leave at my door.
I was not using that 50mm too often, and so that was the reason for the sale. All right, so I got 2 bags and 1 drink.
Recording started.
Well, this thing in front of me, it's a combined, you know, like 2 restaurants in one, KFC and what's the other one? Taco Bell. And my order was for Taco Bell. Not sure why I agreed, because now I have to drive 14.7 clicks to my destination, but it takes me from Calgary North to Calgary Northwest, which in the evening is usually pretty busy. Oh, and before this, I did 1 alcohol delivery with DoorDash. This was my first time, because usually it's Uber. No, I think it's this way. Sorry. Now, sometimes with these apps, when they show you Google Maps, it's hard to understand which way they want you to go. But I know I'm going towards the 201, the ring road, and it's this way, the way I'm driving. And now I'm looking at my arrow representing my Jeep on Google Maps, and it shows the correct movement. Like I'm going, there should be a stop sign, and then at the stop sign I'm turning right towards a set of lights, and that's where I can turn left to go south towards 201. But yeah, this one is a very busy shopping area. There's all kinds of restaurants here, and it's just outside of 201. Basically, it's still considered Calgary North. We see on the right there's a co-op, Calgary Co-op. That's where I go. They have a network, a chain of these stations. That's where I go to get the juice for my car, for my Jeep. And I need this lane, because
Turn left onto Simons Valley Road Northwest.
you see it shuts down all the time. So now I have to. Now I cancel that. So now it's till I shut down the engine. It's not gonna do that again. So I disabled the engine shutdown. And with the warmer
In 300
weather,
meters, use the right lane to take the Alberta 201 West Stony Trail ramp.
with the warmer weather, I noticed right away the gas mileage improved. You see, I need 201 West.
Use the right lane to take the Alberta 201 West ramp.
And all day today I was doing
In
basically,
500 meters, merge onto Stony Trail Northwest.
I was just doing some, super short trips. They were paying $2-3 a kilometer. So that's what you want to do if you don't want to kill your vehicle. And I'm pretty sure that if this was a taxi, I would be doing much more. I would be covering much more distance. So here I can control. I think I have more control.
Continue on Alberta 201 West for 7 kilometers.
How far I drive, So yeah, that alcohol delivery with DoorDash was pretty much the same as with Uber, except I think the app, the processing time was much quicker. You take a picture of the driver's license, and then it says verifying, and verification was very quick, whereas on Uber, it gives you a message. It says can take up to 1 minute. And I did notice that Uber was much slower. It's a huge hill over here. Like when semi trucks are driving here, they always have their four-way flashers on. Even in my Jeep, I have to add some gas to maintain the speed because I have 8-speed auto, so it's pretty weak in the 8th gear. It doesn't like steep hills. But if I push gas, it switches to lower gear, like gear 7. Of course, RPM goes up and it starts climbing the
In 3
speed.
kilometers, take exit 41 toward Alberta 1A East.
And the speed starts climbing. Man, the sun is so bright. So now I'm looking for 1A East. which takes me towards the downtown. Like, who orders Taco Bell from 16 kilometers away? Or 15 kilometers away? See, I find sometimes these apps.
In 800 meters, take exit 41 toward Alberta 1A East.
They make people order from. Oh, sorry. They make people order from remote locations for some reason. What? There's no Taco Bell in this area? I don't believe that for 1 second.
Take exit 41, then keep right at the fort.
It probably means that there was no drivers in this area. That's what I think happens.
Keep right at the fort.
And they see I'm sitting there.
Keep left.
Okay, yeah, I need 1A East.
In 3 kilometers, take the Nose Hill Drive exit.
See, the Jeep picks up speed pretty good if you push the gas, you know, which I don't do too often because I see right away my gas mileage goes down.
In 800 meters, take the Nose Hill Drive exit. Take the Nose Hill Drive exit, then keep left at the fort. Keep left at the fort. Keep right at the fort. Merge onto Nose Hill Drive northwest south, then continue straight to stay on Nose Hill Drive northwest south. Continue straight to stay on Nose Hill Drive northwest south, then turn left onto Silver Springs Boulevard northwest. Turn left onto Silver Springs Boulevard northwest, then turn left onto Silver Grove Drive northwest.
And I'm 1.6 clicks or 1 mile away. this was pretty fast.
Turn left onto Silver Grove Drive Northwest. Continue on Silver Grove Drive Northwest for 1 kilometer. In 400 meters, turn left onto Silver Springs Rise Northwest. Turn left onto Silver Springs Rise Northwest. In 300 meters, your destination will be on the right.
Lots of snow. We are now at +5, which is 41 F, 278 Kelvin.
Your destination is on the right.
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my door. Do not ring the doorbell.
Alright, let's go deliver the food to a hungry customer.